Hello, everyone. This is Edgar Malone, and I'm coming to you from Complete Christian, Studies. One of the things that I wanted to cover today is another one of my Cornell-Zettels, and it's going to be about sadness improve us. And we're going to be reading out of Ecclesiastes, the seventh chapter and the third verse. So let's go ahead and go over to the program. When we see what's going on right here, one of the things that you see inside my actual Obsidian, vault or on my page, I have like our information. Again, with a Cornell-Zettel, it's a modified Cornell note, and it's going to give you the Q, which is pretty much the questions or the definitions that you come up with, and then the note, which is what you already came up with yourself. And then usually in a Cornell note, all your information, a summary, is at the bottom. But within a Cornell-Zettel, all your information is called a mini essay, and it's going to be at the top. So we're going to walk through this, and it's going to show you how this is going to be a strong way to have a deep study and a lot of the other things that you do. Remember, this is part of the mock CMZ, the map of content dash Christian modified Zettel. So let's go ahead and walk through this. Right now, you see that we have Ecclesiastes, the seventh chapter, and the third verse. And when we read it, it says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us." When we read this, one of the things that as you start to study this, you're going to be like, that sounds crazy. Why would, this be in here? Well, we know that Ecclesiastes was written by Solomon, and King Solomon was, other than Jesus, was the wisest man on earth and still is. So he makes this statement, sorrow is better than laughter. So let's see if we can break it down. So right here, what we want to do, we want to think about this. So what is it? We want to compare sorrow to laughter. So when you think about sorrow or sadness, you think, crying, you think about just bad things, you think this is not, something that you want. And then when you think about laughter, you think about happiness and stuff. So let's go ahead and dive deeper into this. So one of the things that I have here is we all want to have moments in our life that are filled with laughter. No one wants to go around, sad all the time. So that is how we all wants to feel. And then we're going to see the next thing. No one goes throughout the day searching for the sadness. I have yet to find someone that is like, man, I got to go ahead and find something that makes me sad today. No one is going around searching for that. But we're going to go on down in here. And it says, Solomon tells us, however, that sadness, meaning sorrow, is better than laughter, which is happiness. So when we compare this, we got to ask that question. What is this question? The question is, how does sadness refine us? How does it refine us? How does it make us any better by being sad? And we're going to see it right here. It's several things. Through our sorrows, we stop to think. We stop to realize the important things in our life. So, one of the first things we think about is as we are, sad, we stop to think. So, what is so important in my life? You don't go around just, looking for it, but you'll stop and think, what is so important in my life? Then another thing is we actually slow down and think about life or our experiences. When you actually slow down and you're going through that period of sadness, just like if you have the death of a loved one, when you think about all of the great things you had with this person, all the, good times that you had, some of the ones that may even be sadness, but it's like that togetherness and stuff. When you just really think about it, you start to reflect on your life and what was truly meaningful in that person's life to you. So then we're going to look at it as the feeling of rejection, loss of something or someone help us to appreciate what we still have or attain. just like if it is death, or just like if it is a loss of a house or whatever. I'm going to say that more or less. If you were to have your house to burn down, you would think about, some of the other people that may have not only lost their house, but they may not be able to afford to get a new one. You may have had a car wreck, but you start to think about the car wreck itself didn't hurt me and stuff. But there's so many other people who have had a car wreck and they didn't walk away. And that's when you start to that feeling of rejection, or that feeling of loss or something. It's like when you are rejected, like someone says that they don't like you and stuff, and you really wanted them to be your friend, or you thought they was, friends with you. When you feel that, you really stop to think, what is truly having meaning in my life? And then right here, when we see this, we are refined and improved because there seems to be a feeling of why change if everything is okay. So we see all of this, we got all of our information and stuff. We refine and we'll improve because we said why change? It's kind of like, why do I want to change anything in my life if everything is going okay? No one wants to change anything if, oh yeah, I got all the money I want, none of, nothing's wrong with my family, all these things. No one wants to change that if everything's okay. But once you start to lose things, it should make you reflect and stop and think about what's important. So the way that we summarize this and put it in our own words is right here in our mini essay. So I'm going to close this so that we can read it more or less. So what we see here is, we don't plan our days searching for sadness or sorrow. Most people would call you strange or crazy in doing so. So when Solomon states that sorrow is better than laughter, we have to pause and ask why. Sorrow makes us make up, make us stop in life to appreciate what we have, review our life experiences, and put value on what's important in life. There is no feeling to change when life is good. So one of the things we must ask is, when is life truly good? And we walked through there and we discussed it, and we've seen when life is truly good. So one of the things that you want to actually do when it comes to life is, you want to actually reflect on those things. It's like sadness is better than laughter in the fact that it makes you stop, appreciate the things in life. And I'm so glad that all of you, was with me. And I hope that you actually seen how this Cornell-Zettel works. And I'm going to continue to work on some videos, and I'm going to, at one point, break down what it means to work with the map of content Christian Modified Zettel. And I just hope that you will subscribe, hit that like button, and come back for some more of my content. Thank you.